Hey guys, it's me RST, and I've got another really cool build for you. So, today we're going to be looking at an awesome Insect Glaive build I just made. I actually just put out another video, you can check it out up here, that's going to show you whether or not I think Power Prolonger is useful in your set. I'm not going to say in this video, you're going to have to go watch that one to find out, but we're going to do an attack-focused Insect Glaive build. Now, disclaimer, before you watch this video, if you watched my video yesterday on just a basic damage build, this is going to have a lot of the same elements, but it's going to have the decorations, the a little short guide on Kinsects, and the weapon, obviously, and rampage skills and everything like that. So stay tuned and watch the video, and you're going to find out how I made my Insect Glaive build. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and get into the build. This is the build itself. So as I was saying before, it is going to be an Insect Glaive build. It's going to be mainly damage focused. It's going to be fairly similar to the build I made yesterday, with some few changes. Obviously, we're going to go over the actual weapon itself, the Kinsect, the decorations, all of those things. I'm also going to be giving a brief guide on how Kinsects work in this game, and also on the switch skills, okay? So first of all, we're going to take a look at the Insect Glaive. It's going to be the Despo's Twin Bolt. Alright, so this is going to be the... So on it, it starts with a base attack of 200. Then we're going to put an attack boost 2 rampage skill on there to make it go up to 206. It's not amazing. I was hoping for a better rampage spot, but our other two options are Thunder Boost 2 and Anti-Aquatic Species, and those are both just way too niche for an overall raw damage Insect Glaive build. So the final thing that we're going to talk about before we get into the armor is how Kinsects work in this game. So in Rise, they changed how it worked from 4U, GU, and World, where you would buy one of two types of Kinsects and upgrade it to your desired Kinsect. Now, you just have a list of all of them, and you are able to choose one, and you don't have to do any upgrading or anything like that. You just buy it, and then that is your Kinsect, okay? I went ahead and went with the Monarch Aluconid, and this is going to be a Severing attack type, so you have the choice between Severing and Blunt. I went with Severing because usually whenever I play Insect Glaive, after I break the head, I usually go for the tail, or if I'm fighting a hard monster where I know we're going to have a hammer or hunting horn or something like that, I'll just go for the tail so we get that tail carve. For the Kinsect type, this is going to be assist, so whenever you do specific moves, it will actually attack with you. So the way the dual color works is whatever type of dual color it is, you will always get that extract combined with the other one of the other two. So for example, since we have an attack dual color, we will always either get a white or orange paired with it. So the reason why I'm going to go for this in my build is because the Insect Glaive just performs so much better with the attack buff, especially whenever it's got all three, but the attack is obviously the most important. So if I can, anytime I hit the monster, guarantee that I'm going to get that, not have to do it 20 times to go for the head if I'm not great at doing it on the monster, things like that. So another benefit of this is going to be that if you're really good at aiming your Kinsect, you're only going to have to fire it out twice as opposed to 3 times. So getting into the level, that's going to be based on the actual Kinsect itself, and this is the highest Kinsect level Insect Glaive. I went and looked through all of them. There's a couple that are 6, I believe, that are high damage, but this is level 8, so that directly affects the stats you see below it. So for example, we've got power of 192. This is the highest damaging Kinsect, which is a nice bonus because I was going to go for this one anyways, and I found out it was the highest power, which is awesome. So whenever we do our Insect Glaive attacks that use it, we're going to get the maximum amount of damage that we could get with any Kinsect with this one. So that's going to be awesome. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and get into the armor. It's going to be the exact same pieces as in my basic DPS set, but this time we're going to go over the decorations too, and go a little bit, tiny bit more in depth into each piece. First off, for the helm, we've got the Zinogre helm. It's going to give us 1 level of weakness exploit, so that's going to be really good. Then we've got the Nargacuga mail, that's going to give us 2 levels of critical eye. We've got attack boost, that's the Rathalos braces that are going to give us 2 levels of attack boost. We've got the Rathalos coil that's going to give us 2 levels of attack boost. We've got the Rajang leggings, which are going to give us 2 levels of critical boost. And then we're going to use a Demon Petalace and a Talisman with weakness exploit on it. So we're getting a little bit in depth. We've got a 1 slot on the Zinogre helm. We're going to put a speed sharpening jewel in that. And then we've got 2 1 slots on the Nargacuga mail, and we're going to put 2 speed sharpening jewels into that. So on all of our melee weapons, sharpness is obviously very important. There's no longer handicraft jewels in the game. I looked everywhere. There's no jewels. You can't get it in talismans. That skill is just straight up gone, it seems. Maybe they're going to add it later, maybe in the Chameleos update, maybe in something like that. But right now, I am not seeing any type of handicraft whatsoever. Your only other real sharpening skill that's an alternative is going to be razor sharp, but that one was talisman only. And honestly, between the two, I'd probably rather have speed sharpening anyway, and the fact that it's so budget friendly with just a 1 slot requirement, and the actual decoration itself is fairly easy to make. This is what we're going to use in the build. Going on to the braces give you attack boost level 2. I slotted in the 2 slot another attack boost. And then for the coil, it was brought to my attention that there is a coil that you can get through something in the Argosy, where you get some kind of special item that will actually be used to make a waist with weakness exploit 2. So that would probably be very good, and I need to go actually look at that. But I still think that attack boost 2 with another 1 slot, with another attack boost point put into it, is going to be still really good. And then finally, we've got the Rajang leggings. This is going to give us critical boost level 2, like I was saying. And then we don't really need to slot anything in there, except for we're going to put 1 flinch-free jewel in there, just so that if we're playing with longsword users, anything like that, it's going to be a lot easier for us not to get flinched, so that we can get our damage in no matter what. And since we've got extra for that anyway, we might as well. So as you can see, just off of the actual equipment, we do have 3 1 slots left over, but when I tell you I went through every single decoration that is 1 slot and looked, there's really not any that are going to benefit us that much, so that's why I didn't do it. So as I was saying last time, we're going to do Demon Petal Ace, because we're not really going to be going for Spirit Birds really anyway, but if we were to, we want to get an attack buff more than anything else. That's going to be the most beneficial. So if we just happen to go by an attack, we get extra attack, that's great, but I'm not going to be personally going out and searching for the Spirit Birds before every hunt. Finally, we've got the talisman. I've been doing some talisman farming. I've gotten some that are pretty similar. I've gotten one that's also the exact same talisman. Ideally, we're going to be able to get like a weakness exploit level 3, but for right now, this is the best I'm working with, is a weakness exploit level 1 with a 2 slot. So in the 2 slot, you can go ahead and put another attack boost. So all of these things add up to give us attack boost level 7, speed sharpening level 3, critical eye level 2, critical boost level 2, weakness exploit level 2, latent power level 2, windproof level 1, evade window level 1, and flinch free. Again, windproof and evade window are just kind of extras there that we got through the armor, and same with latent power a little bit, but it is going to be a little bit of a nice skill to have. But overall, that's going to be the set. So now, if you want to stick around and listen to the explanation of the switch skills and why I'm going to be using these ones, as it is technically part of the equipment in my opinion, then that's what we're going to be talking about now. So first, we're going to change the leaping slash to the advancing round slash. So to just show you really quickly, if you played Insect Glaive before, it's your forward and X. There's nothing wrong with it, obviously. It's a nice little quick move that gets you advancing forward, but it does like very low damage. On the other hand, we're going to have the advancing round slash. So to explain how this move works is once you actually initiate it, you do it through forward and X or forward and A. But you'll see you kind of have a little bit of a wind up, and then the whole entire time that you were going forward, if you happen to hit an attack, you will immediately be launched into the air. You will take no damage, and from there you can do any of your aerial moves. So this is really good whenever you know a monster is about to do an attack, especially like a charge forward on Zenogre or something like that. It'll launch you into the air, and then from there you can either go into your diving wyvern, anything like that. So for our second switch skill, this one is going to be a lot of personal preference. Maybe it's just the fact that I've played so much Insect Glaive in the old game, especially for Ultimate, that I'm kind of tired of it and I want to try something different. But before we have Tornado Slash, this is your A move. That's going to be your really good combo move. So the typical combo is X, X, A, X, X, A. So it's how you kind of do your Insect Glaive infinite combo. Obviously, it looks different with your triple buff, but this new one is a lot slower, a lot more committal, but it is very strong. So to show you the full effect, we're going to get our extracts. So this is the move right here, the Tetrasil Slash. So you do a bunch of hits. In the middle, you actually mark the monster so that you can get your extract of choice. That's kind of just a byproduct. I don't really go for it for that reason. I mainly go for it because it does a lot of damage. So if we take a look at it, it does a little bit over 300 damage with one move. It is very strong. And as you can see, this is one of the moves where your Kinsect attacks with you. So is the first switch skill. So that's always going to give you a little bit of extra damage. That move I like a lot better. It is pretty committal. You kind of want to do it mainly whenever you know the monster is going to be in a spot for a second, but if you can get it off, it's going to do a lot of damage. For our final switch skill, normally you have the Recall Kinsect. That's the move that, you know, everybody was kind of memeing on in the demo, saying that Insect Glaive sucks now. I won't even lie myself, I didn't even try the Insect Glaive in the demo because I knew that it was not going to be anything crazy different from what I was used to, and I just wanted to try some different things. But this move is not terrible. It's not the most interesting move ever. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. Recalls your Kinsect while you go backwards. But it's really cool. They took it from probably the least, maybe the least flashy Soakbind move, and turned it into one of the most flashy Soakbind moves. So this is the Diving Wyvern. I'm sure a lot of you have seen it before. So this is what it looks like when you do it on the ground. Launches you up and then straight down. And if you do it in the air, this is what you're going to get. So you'll see, even though I was fairly close to the dummy, it's going to have a pretty small hitbox. You're going to have to be very precise with it, but it does do a lot of damage. Say I actually got into position this time. Does 276 with one hit. So it's very strong, and then once you have a small cooldown, once you hit the ground, then you can combo into it, or you can combo out of it. Alright guys, so that's going to be everything for this build video. I'm going to give you one more little look at it. Pause here if you want to see anything. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. This is my new favorite build for sure. I've got a sword and shield build. I've got a light bowgun build, and I definitely like this better than both. The new Insect Glaive is very fun, so I hope you guys give this build a try. If you liked this build video, please give it a like. If you disliked it, please give it a dislike and tell me why you disliked it so that I can improve on that in the future. If you like my content, go ahead and subscribe. I'm planning on making a lot of Rise content. I'm going to be doing hopefully a build for every single weapon in the upcoming weeks, and then afterwards I'm going to be doing some guides on how to do them. I'm going to be streaming almost daily, if not daily, so y'all can come by anytime and say hi. And thank you for watching this video. I hope you have a great day.